Issue number 7, siyasa, politics, political life. And in looking at this, of course, this is now an area which might not influence most of us. And that is, if there is an Islamic state, if there is an area where Muslims are living in, number one, externally, they have to prepare themselves and they have to have enough strength that the other countries, especially the non-Muslim countries, would not continue to attack them and enslave them. Also, in that land, they should establish the hudud. They should establish the punishments and the laws. Injustice should be established not just for poor people, but for all people within the society. The limits have to be established. Prostitution has to be ended. Drugs have to be taken out. Gambling has to be taken out. You know, they did a survey in Canada, and it's probably the same here in America, about how the Ontario government is getting its taxes, or how it gets its income. And the biggest income is a personal tax that they put on everybody called GST and PST. But the next categories of income for the government is gambling, casinos, also tobacco, cigarettes, and alcohol. This is the way that they're earning their money. And even they recognize that gambling is a disease. It destroys the person's life, destroys their family, destroys their income. And also alcohol addiction is like a disease. It's a terrible thing when a person is addicted to alcohol or drugs. Also, cigarette smoking, it is obvious that it will kill you and people are dying, but they still advertise the cigarettes publicly. And so this is a serious contradiction, and the Muslims would have to deal with this. Unfortunately, in some of our countries, the cigarettes are cheaper than in America. And that's done on purpose. They send some of these cigarettes to the Muslim countries that even Americans don't want to smoke. You know, they used to have these cigarettes called Camel. They used to smoke these ones called Camel with no filter. And this is so tough that even if you have a leather throat covered with nicotine, the Camels will burn your throat. It has no filter on it. And so they moved the Camel country into the Camel factory, into the Muslim world, to sell to Muslims. You look in Egypt and you look in many parts of the Muslim world and you find cigarettes are cheaper than even here. Why is that when they know it's causing cancer? They're trying to stop smoking, and but they export it to us. So a Muslim state, when the doctors have recognized the fact this is dangerous to health, they would have to deal with this on a society level.